All right. Welcome back to Unbound Chapters podcast. I'm Sandra.
I'm Isabel.
You're like a fucking icicle.
I'm cold.
Welcome to Smutmas Day 7. Can you see my other hand? 7.
You couldn't see my thumb.
Oh.
Like this.
Yeah, I was doing this. I was like, am I blending in? Yeah, Smutmas Day 7. We literally have 5 more days and then it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Did you just start copying me? I think you copy me now. Like, yeah, 5 more days until the best holiday, in my opinion. She's a Halloween hoe. I'm a Christmas hoe.
I'm getting more into it now that I'm older. Whatever.
The fuck?
That was me being old.
What?
Granny.
Yeah. Side note, one of my students today, he literally said, "Teacher, are you an adult or a grandma?" I said, well, a grandma is an adult. He said, "But which one are you?" And I was like, "I'm a grandma." He was like, "Okay." Yeah, it was really funny. Yeah, but which one are you? I'm like, what? Yeah. Alright.
I'm a grandma.
I'm a grandma. Anyway.
Grandmother. You know that meme or whatever? The little girl, she's like, I'm a grandmother.
She's the one who says, "I smell like beef." Is that the same one?
I think so. She said, I'm 16, I'm a grandmother.
Anyway, back on track.
What did we read? Whoa.
Yeah, that was going to be better. Smutmas Day 7. We are returning to you with Calliope Stewart.
Yeah, not again, Satan?
Yeah, Halloween we did not today, Satan. Halloween special, not again, Satan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it starts with Calliope doing her school stuff.
Eden.
Who's Calliope? Oh. Doing her stuff by writing a book.
And the book she wrote.
Eden, though.
Eden was at school.
She was at school. And she has half a mate bond with Luce.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
they talk to
we
each
like
other
left
every now and then.
And they he bit her like on the wrist or on the palm.
Yeah, but it's not as common like they can talk to each other. It's because it's close to the winter solstice that they're able to talk to each other. And they have like a mental shower quickie.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes about her day. She's like going to classes, meeting with her friends. Her friend, what was her friend's name? Chloe. She made it that.
Is it Justin?
I don't remember his name.
I think his name is Justin.
The football player, Alpha.
Yeah, I think it's Justin.
And they are moving into the mated dorms, which I still don't understand. Because they kept calling them human, and then they kept talking about Alpha and Omega. Are they just humans with Alpha and Omega? Because why do they have a better sense of smell? Why can they smell that stuff?
Why are they humans and cannot like a dog?
So
I don't know. Yeah, I was
still annoyed by that.
Yeah, they were talking about how everyone around them was telling them to wait, but they just,
they said, nah.
like, you've known each other for less than a year. Why would you make the complete bond and move together?
Time is not a concern.
Hear that? Just fucking do it.
Anyways, so she's gonna be moving out soon, and Eden's like talking to her family and stuff, talking about how she's not going home, and she's like, even though I go home, Christmas. I don't really feel like I'm included in it because I'm part of the first family that broke up. Mm-hmm. Both her parents are with their
new people with new children. So she's like a reminder.
She's like, her dad sent her money with Merry Christmas at the beginning of the month, so she was feeling kind of down. Mm-hmm. And then Luce was like, "Nah, you're perfect, baby girl." And
baby old mate.
And so she went to go have lunch with the
breakfast.
Whatever.
She was so excited about waffles.
Chloe. And what's his name? Kyle was there. And he kept looking at her weird. Like, side-eye, but appreciative side-eye, which was weird. Mm-hmm. And she noticed it, and he was like, I don't like that kid. Luce can see through her eyes every now and then. He's like, I don't like that kid. He's too close. He needs to stay in his lane, basically.
But, like, there's no comparison.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So she leaves to go to class, and he runs out after her because she forgot her keys. I think he might have took them.
Yeah. Come on.
So that he could bring it back to her. Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, well, we should do something over the holidays since you're going to be here. And she's like, no, that's okay. And
I'm real good.
Yeah, and then she was talking to Luce in her head, and she got a little bit aroused.
And she was like, oh, fuck.
Kyle could smell it, and she was like, sorry, my heat's coming. He was like, I can help you with that too.
Get the freak out of here.
Yeah, I could help you with those things. And she was like, oh, I have that handled, thanks though. The dude's not getting the hint. He's like, oh, we should hang out together.
Yeah, she's not interested anymore.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, maybe, sure, no. Mm-hmm. And
she's like, runs to the art space.
Yeah, she was thinking about, like, how weird it is, like, he didn't pay attention to her, other than, like, the occasional hey. But Luce was like, well, it's because
my essence.
Yeah, finished all over you.
All over
People
you.
People notice something different about you.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, Kyle was like, you just carry yourself differently.
I mean, which is true because she has, like, Luce has helped her gain some confidence. But I feel like, at the same time, based on what I assume his personality is, he's a jock and an alpha. Yeah. He's probably thinking, why is she not paying attention to me anymore? That's what I think. And he's probably like, oh, I didn't like her, but she's not looking at me anymore. I don't feel hot enough.
Yeah. That's the vibe I was getting to.
Anyway, so she's thinking about Luce because they have this plan where she's going to travel realms to go to hell to spend Christmas vacation with him. And they're both pumped about it. He can't focus at work. She can't focus at work. Even when it switches to his POV, he's like doing work things, but he can't focus. Like the whole time they're talking, he's talking to her in his head, and they're like, "Are you paying attention?" No, not at all.
Yeah, he was like,
"No,
none of this. I really don't care about
I'm not listening to anything you just said." And then it finally gets to the day. And she has to go back to the house from the first book, the Halloween party house.
Yeah, it was like the magic,
because
it's still kind of lingering there.
And she had to use the same portal. She basically like redrew, but she had to change some symbols because
she doesn't want to summon him.
Yeah, she wanted to go there. Yeah. But apparently this spell summoning whatever magic it is like really special, because if she mispronounces it, she can go to a different realm.
Screw that. I do not want to be stuck somewhere. Like, no one, who's going to come get me? Yeah. No one's going to know where I'm at. Oh my god. I'm not even going to know where I'm at. I can't reach out to nobody. That's terrifying. Sorry, continue. This fucking captures me.
To do it, she had to change the symbols, draw the things, and then she had to cut both her hands and like put them on the ground.
I was just thinking immediately, she's gonna get an infection. Bloody, open hands in some dirt.
Yeah, and she was expecting to like open her eyes and be in front of Luce, but she was actually in this dark abyss place.
Yes, something was not exactly correct.
They never talked about what was wrong. They just said something was.
Yeah, I don't know. She even mentioned that she had to practice some kind of chant phrase, and she said that she practiced like a whole month trying to say it correctly and everything like that. So maybe in the last second, tone was off or pitch was off. I don't know. they kind of hinted maybe something similar, but we don't really know for sure, like, what exactly happened.
And Luce reached through their bond and was like, it somehow became like a physical string, a bond between them, and he pulled it. He was getting worried because it was so slack,
Mm-hmm.
but he just kept pulling and pulling, and then he finally felt her like
tug back.
So he pulled her through.
Mm-hmm.
She fell butt naked into this throne room.
And it was so funny because even he was like, yeah, he said I needed to be completely naked, but I don't know if that was just his kind of request or if I actually needed it to be. But luckily, when she did fall through all the way, like, he was able to, like, none of the demons were able to, like, see her in her birth outfit.
Yeah.
She saw them, but they didn't see her. So she knew that there was, like, a room full of people, but she was able to, like, not be seen by them.
She was feeling a little bit weird from being stuck in that
like
place.
Jet lag.
So he let her go to sleep, did some work, and then...
He did work deadass the entire book.
Yeah. And, well, he did, like, paperwork during this. And then, she finally woke up, and they had, like, a few...
Creating a hole in them.
You made a whole giant... My whole side is a hole.
You're a hole.
Anyways, they had a few touches and kisses, and then they get interrupted because there's a problem.
The devil. He has a lot of stuff to take care of.
Yeah, he kind of briefly explained to her about the different levels. There's 9 circles, and each of them holds different...
9 circles plus limbo. Is the first circle limbo? That one lady mentioned all of the things, but I couldn't remember. Maybe it was 8 circles plus limbo.
I don't know.
Regardless, there's also limbo.
And each level is like, depends on what your sin was is where you go. And limbo, they have a chance to, like, make it up. And if they can, they get reborn and get to try again.
Yeah.
Because it means, like, they weren't great. Like, they can't go to heaven. But...
Yeah. They weren't awful, but still not good enough to get into heaven.
And the 8th one is for, liars, con artists, both?
Yeah, something like that.
A bunch of the people there, like, broke out and were... escaping to all the different levels and stuff like
they're
that.
Not supposed to be.
And they rounded them all up and put them away. And Luce talked to the demon responsible for that hell because each level is, like, watched over by a demon or a group of demons through like a clockwork situation. And this one, because of the people in it, it has multiple demons that do kind of a clockwork situation.
Which you'd think there'd be less breakouts. So I feel like they could, I don't know, catch people off guard if they're trying to, like, sneak out and be like, learn a routine, but then they could switch the routine up to, like, keep all the other things on their toes, but nope.
Yeah.
So, you really are cold. It's just disappearing.
I forgot what I was saying.
The demons were able to escape, weasel their way out of the...
Not the demons, the souls.
The souls, yeah. Were able to weasel their way out of the circles, the circle that they're supposed to be in, and they're all going everywhere. And apparently there was like 800 of them, but 366 or 65 of them were unable to be caught by
Luce asked the demon taking charge if he caught them all, and the demon said, yes, I got them all. Yeah. And then Luce noticed his power change.
Yeah, like there was kind of like something similar like earthquake, tremors.
And that only happens when there's an imbalance.
Yeah, like
and
the
imbalance are caused by souls being in the wrong place.
Yeah.
And so then he calls out the demon again. He was like, dude, you said you got them all. And he was like, I got
more
most
than
of
half.
them.
Yeah, I got majority of them.
He said he got almost all of them. And then he said 300 something. I was like,
Yeah.
That's not almost all
Yeah, like
of
out
them.
of 800, he got all of them except for 366 out of 800. Which, come on, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta get them numbers up. Like,
yeah.
That's you can't.
Almost all.
That's like me being like, oh yeah, I finished all of my work and I have one comment done out of 12. You know?
Yeah. So he's like, you better fix this and you better fix this now. And he tells all the other demons, like, sorry, this Christmas party is over. This Christmas introduction party with Eden is over.
Yeah, he is not happy.
You better go find all those souls and put them back where they belong. They disperse, and she is put back into his room to, like, chill.
Also, like, his room seems, like, mad comfy.
Yeah. To chill and relax, they get, like, literally 5 minutes to mess around. They don't really do anything. He just, like, puts it between her thighs and rubs, which, what the biggest tease ever.
Yeah.
Like, they both finished,
if you don't put this in me right now.
I understand what she means when she says unsatisfying O's.
Yeah, now I get it. But also, she's just been, like, edged.
Yeah.
For such a long time. She's still, like,
She's been there for, like, 3 days.
Completed, but damn.
Yeah.
I would not call someone back if they're like, here, put your legs together. Like, what is this? Yeah.
And
he still managed to do a lot in 5 minutes, so.
And then he had to leave because since he's obviously the runner of the whole place, he can sense the souls, so he has to go. They can get, like, a general area of where the souls are, the other demons, but he can find the exact location. Okay. he can't I don't know. He can't, like, point at a map and be like, they're here. He has to, like, sense them out, like, feel them.
Yeah, he has to, like, fly over, like, the realms and stuff like that.
So they get, like, down to, 20 of them left?
Yeah.
So the next day, he creates Eden a painting room, and she's, like, able to paint and do all this stuff, and she doesn't have to be in his room all the time.
Yeah, she can, like...
And he goes out and looks for the other ones, and they're down to, like, there's one left.
It's, like, Charles Ponzi?
Yeah. And they get to one left, and they can't find him anywhere, and he decides to take a break, because it's the next day. He takes a break, and he goes to, like, be with Eden for a little bit, and she paints him, his body. He paints her body. They smush it together, kiss a little bit, and then...
She sounds awful.
And then there's a knock at the door, and he's got to go.
Yeah,
because they have a general location for him to check, but he has to go check.
Yeah, she was like, I swear, they know every time it's getting hot and heavy. And he's like, yeah, of course they know. They're demons. Like, damn, man.
Yeah, so he leaves, and she's like, be back later for my bath to wash this off.
Oh, yeah, this pissed me off.
And then he didn't show.
Yeah.
So she's sleeping, she wakes up, he still hasn't come back yet. And she decides she doesn't want to be in the room anymore, she doesn't paint anymore, so she goes out to meet, like, one of his...
I think it's Max.
Yeah, I can't remember if he's a soul or a demon, but he works with Luce. And
he's the one with the Hawaiian shirt from the first book.
She asks him if he needs help with anything, and he gives her the longest list of things to do. He's like, check on the cook.
Yeah, he gave her a tour before. That was, like, apparently a really long tour, but now he's just, like, preparing everything for, like, the Christmas Eve celebration. He just kept, like, just listing all these things.
But they're having a really hard time because the longer the imbalance is, the more the quakes and stuff occur, and even the palace is being affected to where the hallways are changing, similar to they said it's similar to the way the stairways change in Hogwarts.
Yeah, they mentioned that.
And there's even, like, demons missing because of all the changing hallways.
Yeah, and one of the secretary girls. What's her name? Like, not Lucy, but like, it's something. Yeah, she's been missing.
For days.
A little old lady with, like, a cloud of smoke. She's like, that's probably how she died. Yeah, she's been missing. She's still missing, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to her, but she's somewhere.
So, he sends her to the kitchen to check on the cook. She gets close to the kitchen, and one of the quakes happens, and someone walking by with a bunch of towels drops them all, and she's like, oh, where are you going? He's like, going to the pool. The demon octopus thing in there likes to towel off. She was like, I wouldn't think that someone who has tentacles and all that would need towels. And he's like, and he leaves. And she goes into the kitchen, and the cook is yelling at some soul, like, because he took a egg beater, like the crank egg beater, and put it inside the turkey to, like,
this lady was, this Irish lady was, she's like, insides. What in the hell are you actually doing? He's like, my mom does it this way, then she rinses it with water, and she's like, if you don't get the fuck out of my kitchen.
Yeah, I think it would be much easier to pull it out than to
why are you mixing it all up?
So, yeah, she kicks the soul out, and she's like, oh, Eden, how are you? And
her mood changed so fast.
She's like, Eden was like, oh, can I help you? And she was like, I couldn't possibly ask for your help. And then he was like, no. And she's like, okay, do this and this. Oh, and take these towels and bring them to the pool, because that demon loves to towel off. So I have someone take towels every single day.
It likes the feeling of the towel on his tentacles, something like that.
Yeah.
Which she's met this demon before, but he's in a different form. He used to be like, I don't know, like a blue guy.
I don't know.
Yeah, she mentioned it towards the end. Oh, but also, quick side note, when they were explaining, like, all of the circles of hell, I thought it was so funny that, why is homie named Kevin? They're like, Kevin! Like, I thought it was freaking hilarious. Like, she's like, Kevin? Like, even she was confused. Like, we have, like, Asmodeus, we have, like, you know, like, Lilith. Lucifer, we have, like, Lilith, what was another one? Like, Belial, and they're, like, saying all these things, and Kevin. Like, yeah.
Kevin, the baby demon.
Yeah, he's always only been here in charge for, like, 60 years. Yeah.
So, Eden's like, take these towels. Well, didn't you just send someone to take these towels? And she's like, no, I've been too busy to leave the kitchen. I haven't told anyone to do anything. And so she starts to leave, and she's like, maybe she's just so busy she forgot. And then she's like, hold up a second.
Right under our nose. I feel like this happened way too fast.
What do you mean?
Like, seeing him, finding him, and then suddenly, I feel like that happened, like, really fast.
Yeah, so...
I feel like usually, like, a climax in the story, like, it happens, like, a little bit longer. It was just, like, done.
Yeah. So she sees him, or she thinks about it, and she's like, hang on a second. I wonder if he's the one they're missing. So she reaches for Luce in her bod.
I don't think she did it on purpose. I think it was on accident, because she was, like, frantic. And then Luce is like, what's going on? Yeah. I think he realized something was crazy. But yeah. Sorry.
She shows him a picture of what
replaying her memories. Like, that is sick as fuck.
He was like, he's been here the whole time?
That would drive me nuts.
And, she was like, yeah, he was headed to the pool. And he was like, he cannot touch that demon, because that demon is the one that goes to Earth the most often, and in his octopus or squid form, he's delirious, so one touch could automatically send this soul Earth side, which
would create all kinds of problems. It's been there for hours. There's another one too, and another one. Continue.
And
yeah, so he was like, I'm gonna be there in like 10 minutes. He was like, don't go in there, just wait for me. She's like, I'll see how long I can. It's a long hair.
It's yours.
I know. I'm proud of it. He's like, I'll see how long I can wait. And then she like goes there. She sees him going through the door. And she's like, entering anyway. And then she's just like, hey! He, like, kind of stops. And she's pretty much saying, like, you know, I'm about to be the queen of hell. Like, you're going to listen to me, pretty much. She probably felt so cool saying that. I cringed. I was like, girl, shut up. You hadn't even told this man you love him.
Yeah.
But he doesn't listen to her. And they kind of get into a small little tussle. And then they're in the water.
And the demon, he's out of it in that form. So he starts, like,
yeah, he's like,
get away. This is my time in the pool.
Yeah. She's, like, drowning. She's like, yo, can I die in hell? And then old Luce here, he picks her up like a wet dog out the water. The other two,
Lilith.
demon, Lilith and Azazel?
No. Maybe.
Something with an A.
And they take him back to where he's from. Well, Luce says take him somewhere worse. He didn't say where, though.
Yeah, and then he kind of magics them into the bathroom, tub already ready, and he gets her naked to put her in the tub, but he comes in with all of his clothes.
She agreed to take the second bite, be his
he was
mate.
like, all right, clothes and all, here we come, yeah. So she, like, agrees to take or get the second bite, which would completely change everything. That she would become the queen, they would be fully bonded, and
she's immortal.
She'd become immortal and all those other things.
But
and
to become immortal, she gotta change.
Yeah. So he's really excited, and it's like Christmas Eve time. It's time for, like, the whole celebration thing. All of the demons and souls are, like, in the throne room. He's like, I gotta take you up on this throne. You gotta take a bite of this juicy peach. She was like, why? What happened to the pomegranate? He was like, I picked a fruit that really depicts yo ass. Yeah, he's like, you have to eat something from this realm so you'll be able to go back and forth, like, without having the chance of getting stuck. So, yeah, and he just kind of reminded her, like, it's just gonna be like Halloween when it was like all those people at that party were watching you. And she was like, oh, yeah, you're right. So, yeah, they're on the throne. And just plop her down. Gets her. He bites her. She bites him. I think she just bit him for, like, you know, it's not necessity. She just did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone is, like, roaring and, like, real pumped that this is happening right in front of their unholy eyes.
And they start to join in with each other.
Yeah. They're all joining in, and he's completely fully seated in her, nodded. He's like, we gotta thank everybody. And she's like, well, how can we do that? And he just picks her up, still nodded. And he's like, all right, everybody, what's done is done. Enjoy your holiday. We out. And then teleports them back.
They talk about how she has horns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she grew horns. Tail.
But her tail tip is not pointy like his. It's heart-shaped.
Mm-hmm.
And she has blue skin.
Pale blue skin, yeah. Little indigo freckles.
Which I remember thinking when I looked at the title, I was like, why does she have a tail? Now I know why.
Yeah, I wasn't even looking fully at the picture. Yeah. I just saw the horns and the tail, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe he's blue now. Like, I wasn't even looking. Why was that funny?
I was just coughing.
Oh, you smile and cough?
No.
But yeah, before we started this, I looked at the cover, and I was just like, wait a minute.
I looked at the cover.
That is totally her.
Before finishing the book, I looked at the cover.
Yeah,
and I was like,
I see it now.
A horn and tail. I know that she has a horn and tail now.
Yeah.
But
she is now the queen of hell.
Yeah.
Immortal.
And then it goes a little bit in the future, and she's back in school in the spring semester. She talks about how she has to wear, like, a human skin over herself, and she has to try extra hard to be human because everyone looks at her weird.
Mm-hmm.
But the good thing, though, is that Luce can pop in anytime he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And he pops in and gives her a true shower quickie, but he freezes time so that she's
Yeah,
not late
she's
to
always
class.
like, I'm gonna be late, I'm gonna be late, I'm gonna be late. And he was like, I'm gonna make sure you get there on time. Zoop.
Oh, I forgot the pocket realm.
Oh, yeah. After their, she gets her horns and the tail and everything, and they're fully
And her maiden
bonded
heat
now.
is finished.
Yeah, he ends up bringing them to the pocket realm. He's like, remember this from Halloween? He's like, well, now, instead of using my magic, let's use your magic. So whatever you think about, it will come true. And then she just creates
Like
several clones of herself, and they just go to him. And he's just, like, surrounded by all of her. And, like, every time her clone comes to, they disappear. So then there was just, like, 2 left, and then it ended up just being her and him. And
he brought Star back.
She was so pumped to see. She's like, Star, like, how have you been? Like, which, yeah, her clones didn't really talk, but his does. Maybe it'll talk, at like a different point in time, but his really talks. It's like really like a twin. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So she was really pumped that Star was there, and Luce is in the front. Star's got the back.
And then Luce gets kind of jealous that Star's in the back, so he magics them to switch positions.
Yeah, Star's like, oh, I wasn't done back there. And he's
then
like,
his
you're fucking
knot
done
goes,
now.
so he can't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm. And then Luce's knot goes. Star disappears. Luce's knot is there. Just full.
Yeah. And then the later college shower, and then finish.
Yeah.
I liked it, not as much as the first one.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I feel like it took too long to get to things.
I understand a slow burn, but if the first one they already did all that they did, I don't need a slow burn anymore.
Yeah, like the first one was way more spicy than the second one. I feel like, I mean, yeah, she had like multiple clones, but that was literally towards the end, like the last, I don't know, 20 pages, if that. It wasn't very long that they were talking about these things, but yeah, I still like the first one better, but it was just funny because they're like running around, trying to celebrate Christmas or Xmas because he can't say Christmas, and just like running around being very excited, all of like the holiday things that are happening, like they haven't celebrated Christmas in like 200 years. Yeah, they didn't spend like any time together. Oh, I forgot this one part when she was in his office, and he's like, yeah, I have a meeting in 10 minutes. And she looked over at the desk, and she was like, and he was like, I like the way you think. So she's like kind of blowing him under his desk while these people are trying to have a meeting, these 2 people. And he's like making some grunts, and they're like, are you in pain? Are you okay? And he's like, keep going. And then she's like thinking to him like, oh, I wish I could take more of you. So he like magicked her throat. And she's like, wow, this is great. Yeah, I thought that part was like really, really funny too. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, still the first book had way more scenes, things. I still enjoyed the second book, but I wish it was a bit more fast. Yeah, just like you said, I mean, slow burn is fine, but in the first book, they already, all kinds of which ways, everything that's possible has been done. Yeah. And then the second book is like dragging by. I mean, it was still enjoyable to like, hear about the other characters, stuff like that, but yeah. Yeah.
I would give it 3 overall and a 2 on scenes.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5 overall. Yeah, a 2 on the scenes, because compared to the first book, there's no comparison. The first book was way more intense than the second book, but I still enjoyed it. Yeah. I don't know if there is another.
I don't think there will be another one.
Yeah, I don't think there will be another one either, but
I mean, it's possible they would write another one for like meeting the family, or
Which
If
I
they
hope they
were-
don't. I do not.
Yeah.
That
or
doesn't sound enjoyable.
if they were to actually have a wedding or
Mhm.
something like that, I could see where that could be something, but I really don't think so. It sounded completed.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of. I'm on Goodreads right now, and it shows the first one came out 2022. The second one just came out last year, December 11th. So I feel like if there was a third one, it would kind of be around this time, maybe next year. But yeah, I'm not. I don't think. And again, 3.
Anyways, day 7. And the next one I'm really excited for. And we have some to
Are we gonna
go with it.
Are we gonna say what it is? Like
No.
like tomorrow's?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like. Are we gonna say like?
No. You haven't even. Yeah, no.
I'm just talking about the name of it. I'm just laughing at that.
Oh.
Yeah, tomorrow's book is a real treat. Yeah, so we'll come back tomorrow for Smutmas Day 8.
Yep.
Hope you like this one.
It'll be a good one.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I think that'll be all for now. See you tomorrow. We only have 5 more books. And then Smutmas is finished.
Yeah. I feel like Sunday's one is pretty exciting too.
I don't know how exciting it's gonna be to me. Yeah. Anyway, have a good day. Only 5 more days left. You little Smutmas ho-ho-hos.
Holidays.
Happy holidays. Get your smut on. Just get a shirt and get your smut on. Anyway, I think that's it. Okay, bye.